I'm Dr. Chirantika Vitana, Consultant Community Physician, National Program Manager for Adolescent and Youth Health, Family Health Bureau, Sri Lanka, Ministry of Health. Today we are going to talk about health of young persons and life skills. This is the third session of our workshop on adolescent and youth health. Objectives of today's session are: what is health? Definition. Different aspects of the health. Overall health issues of young people. Preventive measures. And basic concepts are like this: health and meaning, component of health, health issues, and prevention. What is health? We will see. Definition is like this. It was defined in 1946. It is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely absence of disease. It is not only absence of disease, it is complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being. It is not just absence of disease, we have to keep in mind. Physical means body, mental means cognitive and emotion, social means relationships and all. So, what is well-being? We have heard about well-being everywhere. What is meant by well-being? It's a complex concept. It is very difficult to go for a single objective definition. There is no consensus about definitions. Well-being includes the presence of positive emotions, moods, in the absence of negative emotions, with satisfaction of life, fulfillment, and positive function. So that means it includes all. Presence of positive emotions, positive mood, absence of negative mood or negative emotions, fulfillment of life, and positive functioning. So, healthy living is the steps, actions, and strategies one puts in place to achieve optimum health. It's about taking responsibility, making smart health choices for today and tomorrow. Is eating right, getting physically fit, emotional well-being, spiritual wellness, prevention of unhealthy lifestyle, and prevention for healthy lifestyle. This diagram shows what should be in equilibrium for to be ensuring well-being. Resources should balance challenges. Resources are physical, psychological, and social. Challenges are also in three similar fields. A person will achieve well-being when resource of a person is able to meet demands of challenge. So, achieving mental and social well-being through developing emotional intelligence. So, we will have to know, if we don't know, what is emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? It's the ability to identify, use, understand, manage your own emotions in positive ways, to relate to stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, empathetic with others. You have to communicate effectively and empathize with others and overcome challenges and diffuses conflict. So, it basically means to identify, use, and understand, to manage your own emotions in a positive manner. Then it will relieve your stress and you will be communicating effectively. If you are self-aware, you will empathize other people, overcome challenge, and diffuse conflict. So, we will discuss this diagrammatic formation of emotional intelligence. In first cell, we see top, it is self, that horizontal part, recognition. So it is self-awareness, emotional self-awareness, total self-awareness. Then you will have if you have self-awareness, it is easier to have self-confidence. And if you have self-awareness, it is easy to have regulation, self-regulation, to control, to have transparency, adaptability, achievement of drive and initiative. And next thing is social awareness. If you have self-awareness, you will have social awareness. It's easy to have social awareness. It's easy to have empathy, organizational awareness, service orientation. And if you have social awareness, it's easy to have relationship management, interpersonal relationship, leadership, developing others, changing catalysts, conflict management, building bonds, teamwork and collaboration. So you see it's also vicious cycle. If you have self-awareness, you will have social awareness. Then you will build relationship management. And if you have social awareness in other way, they will have self-regulation, then it's easier for relationship management. So all these cover emotional intelligence. So what are the adolescent health issues? We have discussed at various points: teenage pregnancy and childbirth. Teenager is not ready to deliver. She is still a child. Child cannot look after child. Infection with HIV, STI. Other infectious diseases. Mental health issues like stress, anxiety, depression, violence, injuries, accidental or intentional attempt into suicide, addiction to hard drugs, alcohol, tobacco, smokeless tobacco, anemia, undernutrition or overnutrition. That means double burden. We have undernutrition as well as obesity and overweight. So if we take the data from registered general data, actually we will take data from registered general as EIMMR. EIMMR hospital causes of leading cause of hospital admission. So this is taken as EIMMR. You see 3 categories of age are there, and in all categories external causes are the top leading cause of hospital admission. You might have heard about adolescent fertility rate. What is adolescent fertility rate? Adolescent fertility rate is defined as number of births for 1,000 women of 15 to 19. We don't want anybody to be pregnant who are below 20 years, that means below completion of 90. So if we take data, it was 731 something in 1975. Still, with all intervention, we are fluctuating around 30. So we are doing everything, still adolescent fertility is a problem. And sexual relations, these are surveys done 2004 compared with 2012 among youth, still a problem. There are underreporting in this recent survey. Ever smoke group also, problem is there. Alcohol use problem is there. So several health issues are there. Mortality rates, deaths, mortality means deaths among young people. We don't want any young person to die because they are apparently healthy. In numbers they are less, but we don't want anybody to die in this period 10 to 24. Among adolescents, 66 died for 100,000 population. Among youth, 116 died from 100,000 population. So, prevention. We want to prevent all these preventable deaths. So, how can we do it? Prevention of morbidity and mortality. One thing is primary prevention, secondary prevention and tertiary prevention. You might be aware of all these. Primary prevention is before occurrence of disease. We are preventing we address here risk factors. Secondary prevention is quick, complete recovery of the disease or condition that need medical care. Tertiary prevention is if they recover with disability, we rehabilitate and they will spend a normal life as far as feasible. So, we have to address primary prevention, secondary prevention and tertiary prevention. Preventive measures are, we should have legislation, policy, we are having family planning services, human financial resources, reproductive health education, sexual reproductive health education, quality health services, monitoring and evaluation of intervention, intersectoral support. So, what is health promotion? Health promotion is a very big thing that we all have to do. So, we should know what is health promotion. Can somebody tell me what is health promotion? It is the process of enabling people to increase control over, to improve their health. That is what is said about health promotion in Ottawa Charter. You might have heard about Ottawa Charter, enabling people to increase control over, to improve their health. Cover wide range of social environmental interventions that are designed to benefit and protect individual people's health, quality of life by addressing, preventing the root causes, not just focusing the treatment and cure. It is not just sending for treatment and cure. It is addressing root causes. Health, if we are having healthy diet, healthy physical activity. Now we move on to life skill based training on adolescent health. In adolescent health, it's very important to have life skill. Entire foundation of adolescent health achievements are life skill development of adolescent. Learning levels of life skills is reflected in this diagram. First, you should have awareness. Then, you should have knowledge and understand. Then only you know how to do it. Then, you are able to do it or can do it, right? Objectives are differentiate between skills and life skills. Name 10 core life skills, 3 broad classifications of life skills. This session will be conducted in a manner how adolescents are trained. So, I will do this session as how adolescents are trained. So, you can go and repeat in the same manner because you all know what are the life skills. Shall we list out different jobs? Their roles, and we identify it under 4 of these: literary skills, functional skills, livelihood skills, professional skills. So, what is meant by literary skills? That is reading, writing and arithmetic. That is literary skills. Functional skills include work which help in general functions and doesn't require any training. A livelihood skill include work done in order to earn living. Professional skills include skills to be acquired by undergoing training in specific field. So, what are the difference between hard and soft skills? You all will have heard about hard skills. You are interested in soft skills. What are meant by hard and soft skills? So, first we will see the difference. Hard skills, task-based and completed sequentially, like banking, budgeting, doing laundry, cleaning, changing light bulb. Soft skills, based on personal and social strength. These are soft skills, like positive communication, networking, conversation with adults, positive client resolution. So, actually we all want to learn about soft skills So now you know what is hard skills. Hard skills are generally tasks completed sequentially in ordinary life. Soft skills include based on personal and social strength development, that is positive communication, networking, uh, positive conversation, communication, conflict resolution, everything is included there. So why are some people doing better than others? That is because of life skills. So we need to know what is life skills. Definition of life skills is life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enables individuals to deal effectively with demands and challenges of everyday life. So life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior, and then you will know how to deal effectively with demands and challenges of life. There are three categories: social skills, thinking skills, and emotional skills. Life skills we can put in pairs. There are 10 core life skills. So here in diagrammatic form it is reflected. If you have self-awareness, if you know your strengths and weaknesses, you will have empathy through others. So these two are fair. If you have critical thinking, is go in combination with creative thinking. Decision making also go in combination with problem solving. Interpersonal relationship and communication skill, effective communication is a one pair. Coping with stress and coping with emotions are another pair. All of us use these life skills at one time or other time, every time, but we need to learn to use them consciously and more effectively. We have to use them more effectively. So we will move to thinking skills. So there are 4 thinking skills in this 10 core life skills: creative thinking, critical thinking, decision making, and problem solving. In social skills, there are 4: self-awareness, effective communication, interpersonal relationship, empathy. That is social skills, self-awareness, effective communication, interpersonal relationships, and empathy. When we come to emotional skills, it is coping with emotion and coping with stress. So we have categorized them into 3 categories. So now we will discuss individual life skills. First skill we are going to discuss is self-awareness. What is self-awareness? You know about yourself. The mirror is shown in the picture. Then you need inclusion of recognition of yourself, your character, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Now you know about yourself and what do you like, what you dislike, opportunities and barriers. You will know what are the opportunities you are having, what are the barriers. If you are self-aware, it is important, easy to empathize, to be empathetic. What is empathy? See this diagram. This girl is helping this blind person to cross the road. What is empathy is not sympathy, it's ability to be sensitive to another person's situation, ability to understand what life is like for another person. She understands it's difficult for that person to cross the road and she is offering help. This is not just sympathy, important in situations of ethnic and cultural diversity. We think in perspective of others. Critical thinking. See this diagram, the apple is falling. We can just ignore it and we can think about it, critically analyze it. It's the ability to analyze information and experiences in objective manner. Recognize and assess the factors that influence attitude and behavior, such as media and peer science, day-to-day things. Media is influencing and fears are influencing. So why they are influencing, how they are influencing, what will happen if we follow them, and how we should avoid it. All these include in critical thinking, making decisions based on the fact. Help to be unbiased. So then you are unbiased. You are not just doing anything because you are told. Creative thinking. If you are using critical thinking, you should be creative. It enables us to explore availability of alternatives and various consequences of our action or non-action. If we don't do anything, what will happen? If you do anything, what will happen? So we will see the alternatives. Help us to look beyond our direct experience and to respond adaptively with flexibility to the situation in daily lives. Even if there are no problems identified, no decision is made, so we act beyond our experience. So this girl is creatively thinking how she can keep the kite going. That is some sort of creative thinking. It's ability to act tactfully. When somebody invites you for a sexual relationship, you should be able to have ability to say no without irritating another person. That is creative thinking. If you are scared that you will be abused, you should have ability to avoid that situation creatively. So it's important. Decision making. So these adolescents, will they go in this bus? What will happen? If we don't go in this bus, what will happen? So they are taking decisions. Help us to deal constructively with decisions of our lives, assessing different options, assessing what effects different decisions may have, and come to the best decision. Problem solving. So sometimes we are having problems, so we have to solve. How can we have solved? Enable us to deal constructively with the problem that arrives in our lives. Significant problem that are left unattended. If we don't attend to a problem, that will be a mental stress or physical strain. So there are 5 steps in problem solving module. So we have to do it in detail, but I'll just chat what are the 5-step module in problems. First, you have to identify the problem. List all alternatives that will solve the identified problem. Select best alternative. Work out steps needed to solve the problem using chosen alternative. Look at results. So identify the problem. What are the alternatives we can take? What is the best alternative? Now you have to work for the best alternative and you have to see the results as well. That is so simple. 5 steps in problem solving. Interpersonal skills. We are working with others, so we should have interpersonal relationship at school, training center, house. Help us to relate with people in a positive way and make and maintain friendly environment. Relationships are great importance to our mental and social well-being. This includes making and keeping friendship. So to make a friendship, keep it, having good relations with the family members, ability to work as a team, being responsible and accountable, ability to end relationships, even if that relationship is not good, we have to have ability to end the relationship. Effective communication. It is not merely listening or just speaking. It is the ability to express opinions and desires, ability to express ourselves verbally as well as non-verbally, express in ways which are culturally appropriate, not culturally inappropriate ways, ability to seek help or advice when necessary. So we should have effective communication, then only others can understand, we can express and convey. Coping of stress. Everybody is having a stress. Some level of stress is needed for life. But you should recognize the source of stress and recognize how it will affect you. Acting in ways that help us to control our level of stress. By changing environment, it may be changing lifestyle, learning how to relax, mindfulness and those things, and coping with these emotions. That is another thing. You get emotions, impulse control is lagging in adolescence, but you should be trained on coping with emotion. recognizing emotions with us and others we should do. Being aware of how emotions will influence our life. Being able to respond to emotions appropriately. Intense emotions like anger, sadness can have negative effects on our life. So this is the ability to cope with emotions. What do you get through life skills? So we learn life skills, we have to practice life skills. What will we get through life skills? What we get life skills is like this diagram, tree with leaves. Then you don't have life skills, this is like this, tree without leaves. And this is what we go in for. Expected outcomes of our life skill intervention. So we are doing life skill intervention. It will enhance your self-esteem, self-confidence, assertiveness, social sensitivity, that is, listening and communication skills, and ability to establish relationships. Ability to plan and set goals, that includes learning to learn, acquisition of knowledge and related to specific content. So it will increase self-esteem, assertiveness, listening and communication skills, planning, setting goals, acquisition of knowledge related to specific content. So expected outcomes of a life skill interventions are help individuals in making informed choices and becoming proactive. Individuals are able to resolve their conflict, cope with stress, develop negotiation skills for personal and social interests, avoiding or resolving conflict, coping with stress, and developing negotiation skills. Help adolescents deal with the demands and challenges of everyday life by developing abilities relevant to everyday life. So, developing abilities to everyday life, then promote and protect life and health and well-being in certain risk situations as well as. So, dealing with demands and challenges of life, even at risk situation, normal everyday life. So, all these expected outcomes are therefore life skill intervention. So, you might have seen this diagram. So, what we are targeting life skills are heart, hand, health, head. So, we are targeting 4 domains. So, we will see one domain each. Head. For what we want our head? Managing and thinking. Thinking includes service learning, critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, learning to learn. So, all these are thinking skills. What is managing skill? Resiliency, keeping records, wise use of resources, planning organization, and goal setting. So, all these are important in our day-to-day life as well as health. Then next component, heart. Heart is also important. Heart is necessary for relating with others and caring. We will first talk about relating. It includes communication, cooperation, social skills, conflict resolution, accepting differences of others. That is relating with others. And caring also includes heart. Nurturing relationship, sharing, empathy, concerns for others. And then next component is hand. So working and giving both are included here. Working is marketable skills, teamwork and self-motivation. Giving is community service, volunteering, leadership, responsible citizenship. So you are taught about responsible citizenship, contribution to group effort. So all these life skills are needed for adolescent, youth and adults. Health. We are focusing more on health here. Health includes living and well-being. Living includes healthy lifestyle choices, good food, healthy food, physical activity, free from drug, alcohol, tobacco, stress management, disease prevention, and personal safety. Being is self-esteem, self-responsibility, character, managing pain, and self-discipline. Self-esteem, self-responsibility, character, managing feeling, and self-discipline. This is all are relevant for health. So, we have come to the end of it. What are the take-home messages for adolescents? Life skills help us to meet different challenging situations effectively. There are 10 core life skills. We use these skills one way or other, but we need to learn and practice them to be able to use them consciously and effectively. So, we are learning life skills, we are using it, but we are going to use them consciously and effectively. So, if you want to read more, and all these are for a better world, better tomorrow for adolescent and youth as well as all of us. Thank you.